Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and this is page 2 for project 2 for Close to My Heart's In Full Bloom workshop. So this one came together super fast. A lot of the details I kind of already had done from when I did the first page. So again, I am adding this photo in some black. In their layout, they had 4 separate photos of varying sizes, but I really just had this one 5x7, I think it was, photo. So I decided instead of doing a grid of multiple smaller photos, I would just do one larger photo. So I am kind of tweaking this layout that way. But as you can see, I already have my border punch done on this teal piece from when I did that technique on the last page, and then again I just have my torn floral that was already torn from the leftover from the last page. So I'm pretty much pulling in the scrap of the green that I saved from the page before and that last butterfly branding strip, and using all of these scraps to compile the lower half of this page where it's a bunch of horizontal strips, and that allows me to gut more from my green background when I get to that point. So I'm starting at the bottom of the page and using all of these scraps to compile the horizontal detail, and now you'll be able to see that I get to save a chunk of this green diagonal for whenever I get to the end of these pages and get to kind of create my own layouts with the scraps, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, just gluing all of these bits on some cheap black cardstock from my stash. And I didn't notice that the diagonals are going in different directions, but it doesn't bother me too much, so I'm okay with it. But I did notice that the diagonals go in different directions on the top and the bottom, but is okay. And now I saved that chunk of the green. So this is basically my background, and now I'm going through and layering where they layered with their bits and pieces because I don't have 4 different photos. Instead of this green circular piece being to the left and the side of the photo, I'm going to use it to create an embellishment cluster that kind of fills up that space more on the top, since I have more space because of my single photo. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But I like the way the cluster to the right is looking. So I'm pretty much going to keep that one how it is. But I'm going to go ahead and go through the sticker sheet and pull out anything that I saw they used from this. I did tweak a couple, I think it was just, yeah, I tweaked a couple of the ticket stickers because the sentiments didn't really make sense. This is July 4th that I'm scrapbooking. And I think one of the stickers they used on theirs was like Rise and Shine, which didn't really make sense because these photos were all taken in the afternoon when we're getting ready for the fireworks show and all that kind of stuff. So I did just change those out as we get going because I realized the sentiments didn't really go. But I decided to go ahead and start creating this cluster up here because only half of this circle is poking out behind the photo. I decided to trim the bottom half of that circle so I can use that as an extra layery detail some other time or somewhere else. So I decided to do that and throw a doily in. That's always a good thing to beef out a cluster. But I kind of got stuck there, so I decided to go ahead and stick down my cluster to the right here because I was very happy with how they laid that out. So I'm just getting all my adhesive on all the little bits. I'm popping the butterfly up on some foam, and then both of the word stickers will be popped up on some foam. But everything else is going to be laying flat. But I really like how that's looking. And back to the top here, right away I'm noticing the lack of a bold black element. I really like the boldness of these leafy die cuts to the right. So I know I want a bold black element at the top there. So once I kind of get to that point, I'll have to make something bolded black. But for now, I'm just going to stick down all of these little bits. I'm kind of feeling like there's a gap to the right of these clusters. That's kind of bothering me. So I did decide to go back in with the green half circle that I saved from that top cluster and adding it down there as another circular layery bit, and that helps fill it out a lot more. So I like how that looks once I kind of add that extra bit. But this is where I decided I needed a black element for the top there, so I was just going to create a tag, and I'm using a black tag to make another black tag. But if you've been watching me for a while, you know that black tag is my tag I'm never allowed to use because it is my stencil for making all other tags. So I'm just using that to cut out another black tag really quick. I'm using some a white hole reinforcer from Karen and some black and white twine to finish that out. And I made it a little too tall, so I'm just going to tear it really quick so I can tuck it behind there. But I really think having that extra black element helps balance these two clusters. It just needed something up there that was heavier. So I really like how this is coming out. This is pretty much now the point to where I'm caught up on what they did, and I just need to finish it out. This one I think is one of the more simpler ones from this month, but I think because there's so much like bold and black and layering with the florals, it still came together super quick and was a lot of fun. I'm scooching these clusters a little bit closer together so it's more compact. I think that just helps it make it look extra layery. But this is where I go in and add that extra green circle just to beef it out a little bit. I think it was just that gap was distracting me underneath the one circle. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just add this other one. And then again, I'm going around and inking my background in my peeled paint green Ranger ink. I don't think I ink anything else. I think after this, I just need to do my title. So this one definitely came together a lot faster. I think this was the quickest one out of all 6 of them in the workbook. But it was nice because the last page was so layery and so involved. It was kind of nice that this one is a little bit more chill. Because it's a lot. But I am pulling out the same thicker from the first 2 pages I did this month. I'm just titling it July 4th. And then a couple of those periods I'll dot around as my finishing touches. I really didn't feel like it needed more color in the clusters because there is a lot more color showing on this page than on the other ones. But I did want a couple more pops of that bold black. So I decided to use these little periods instead of enamel dots to kind of accent some more bold black touches. And I don't even think I need to do journaling or anything. I do add a little bit of my butterfly washi. I actually finished my butterfly washi, I think, on this page. I think it's done after this. Do I add any more? Yeah, I think this is the end of my roll. So I'm adding a tiny bit to the right of the bigger cluster, and then I'm using the rest of that strip along the left side of my photo. I just felt like I needed some texture over there. It was looking too plain, so I think having that butterfly washi running up the side really helps with that. But that's pretty much it. So here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. The next one is actually a collaboration page I made after all of the workbooks, so it is my own design using the scraps. So I'm excited for you to see that one, and then we'll go back and do the Project 3 layouts the following week. But I'll see you then, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.